see what is type conversion. So type conversion is the process of converting one predefined type to another. Predefined type means primitive types, and if these data types are compatible with each other, then the compiler automatically converts them, and if they are not compatible, then programmer needs to typecast them explicitly. Explicitly means user intervention is needed. So these are two types in Java, and first is implicit type conversion and second is explicit type conversion. Now see what is implicit type conversion. It is the process in which the smaller data types are promoted into larger ones by the compiler without the involvement of the programmer. So here you can see that byte data type is convertible to short, int, long, float or double type. Short data type is further convertible to int, long, float and double type. Character data type is convertible to int, long, float or double. Int data type is convertible to long, float or double. Long data type is convertible to float or double, and float data type is convertible to double. So we will see this implicit type conversion with the help of one example, running example in Java. But before that, we must see what is explicit type conversion also. So in explicit type conversion, it is the process of converting one data type with the larger size to another with a smaller size manually by the programmer. Manually, or we can say forcefully. So explicit type conversion in Java is that double can be converted to float. Further, it can be converted to long. Long can be converted to integer. Integer can be converted to short, and short can be converted to byte. Now here we will see the very first example, and in which I have taken a data type which is byte, and initially the value of byte is minus 128. Children, actually the range of byte data type is from minus 128 to 127. This is the range, and I have considered here the smallest value. So before I am going to convert byte into different types, I would like to define what is a byte data type. So children, the byte data type is a 8-bit signed 2 complement integer. This 2 complement you will study later on, but it is a method of representing a negative number also. So it has a maximum value of minus 120, minimum value of minus 128 and maximum value of 127. So here the byte data type, what is the role of byte data type? So children, in higher classes you will see that the byte data type can be useful for saving the memory in large array where the memory saving actually matters. So what is an array? Array is a collection of similar types. It means that in array we can store more than one value of the same type. So array also you will study in higher classes. Now I am going to execute this program. I am just putting this definition in comments. And now see, I have taken a byte variable a which is minus 128, and further I am converting this byte to short, then byte to int, byte to long, and byte to float, and byte to double without any user intervention. It means compiler implicitly converts this byte to these various types. Have a look. Now you see that the byte is successfully converted into short. Again it is successfully converted to integer, in a similar way to the long type, in a similar way float type, and in a similar way double type. So this is what implicit type conversion. And now see one more example of implicit type conversion, which is this one. Here, in which I have taken a short data type, and initial value of this short data type is 10, and now here you can see that this short has been converted to integer, it has been converted to long, further it has been converted to float and double type. Now have a look. You can see that the short has been successfully converted into integer, long, float, double type. This is what. Now see the third example here. So in the third example, I have taken a character data type and whose initial value is single code A. Now this character has been successfully converted to integer, float, double and long type. Just see that. Yes, it has got successfully converted into these various types. Children, here one thing I would like to tell you. The short data type also requires 2 bytes of storage and character data type also requires 2 bytes of storage. But here in this case, we cannot convert character data type to short type. You see that it is incompatible type, possible lossy conversion from char to short. So that's why this character cannot be converted to short. And one more thing I would like to tell you, that every character literal in Java or in any other language has got a unique index number which is known as ASCII code. For example, single code A has got a unique index number which is 97. In a similar way, single code B has got a unique index number which is 98. And further, single code Z has got a unique number which is 122. So on the screen you see that here single code A has got the integer value which is 97. That's why this value is coming. So if we put single code small z, then see what happens. It will be 122. So these are the ASCII values. And now here, if I am just placing the value C, here you will see that it is 99. So in a similar way, capital A has got a unique index number which is 65. That's why the answer is here on the screen, which is 65. So capital A has got a unique index number which is 65. Capital B has got a unique index number which is 66. Capital C has got a unique index number which is 67. In a similar way, capital Z has got a unique index number which is 90. Let us have a look. So here, capital Z. Capital Z has got a unique index number which is 90. So now from this example you can easily say that the values of single code A to single code Z, small z, ranges from 97 to 122. And in a similar way, the values from capital A to capital Z, values from 65 to 90. Now just have a look on digits also. Children, here if I am storing 0, see what happens. The equivalent integer value or ASCII code for 0 is 48. For 1 is 49. And in a similar way, for single code 9, the value is 57. It simply means that the values for 0 character literal to 9 this character literal ranges from 48 to 57. So always remember these ASCII codes. These are very useful. Now I would like to show some more example. In example number 4, you see that there is a long data type and which has got a value which is 903. Now this long data type, we can convert this long value to float and double type implicitly. This is another example of implicit type conversion. And here, in a similar way, float is convertible to double, int is convertible to long, float and double. Now see one example of explicit type conversion. So here in this, now you see that we have a double value here, that is 453345.65, and now run this. I have converted this double to float and this double to this float to long, and this then this long to int, and this int to short, and then short to byte. And here this type of conversion needs explicit type. Here we need to typecast. See, here it will not run because incompatible, possible lossy conversion from double to float. We need to convert this to explicitly. Why? Because the double data type takes, the size of the double data type is 8 bytes and float data type is 4 bytes. We cannot implicitly convert double to float. That's why explicit type conversion is required. Now you see that. So here, and why this byte value is minus 31? This minus 31 is actually equivalent to this value. So earlier in the first example, I told you that it is 8-bit children. Here it is 8-bit signed to complement integer. So this you will study in higher classes. So I hope you have enjoyed this video.